Assalamu alaikum. I am Professor Mohammad Ikram, and you're watching my YouTube channel, All Things Linguistic. In this video, I'm going to discuss the correct use of some adjectives. It is chapter number 13 of High School English Grammar and Composition by Wren and Mark. First of all, let's see the correct use of these two adjectives, some and any. Both some and any are used to express quantity and degree. Some is used in affirmative sentences, any in the negative or interrogative sentence. For example, I'll buy some mangoes. It is an affirmative sentence. So the quantity of the mango is being denoted by the adjective some. Some is used here. It's because the sentence is affirmative. I will not buy any mangoes. Any is used to denote the quantity of mangoes. It's because the sentence is a negative sentence. Have you bought any mangoes? It's an interrogative statement. So any is used to denote the quantity of mangoes. But any can also be used after if in affirmative sentences. For example, if you need any money, I will help you. Although it is an affirmative sentence, and we have seen above in above examples that some is used in the affirmative sentences while in the interrogative and negative sentences, any is used. But here you can see that it is an affirmative sentence. If you need any money, I'll help you. But instead of some, any is used. It's because after if, you always use any in the affirmative sentences. Now, we have seen in the above examples that some is normally or generally used in the affirmative sentences, but there is an exception to this rule. In questions which are offers or requests, or the questions in which expected answer is yes, we use some. For example, will you have some ice cream? Although the structure of this statement is interrogative, but this interrogative statement is basically an offer. So some is used to denote the quantity of ice cream. Could you lend me some money? No. Although the structure of the sentence is interrogative, but it is actually a request. So some is used to denote the quantity of money. Did you buy some clothes? The structure of the sentence is interrogative, but the expected answer is yes. That is the reason some is used to denote the quantity of the clothes. And now both each and every adjectives, each is used in speaking of two or more things. Every is used only in speaking of more than two. Now, the most important point that helps us distinguish between each and every, the function and the usage of each and every, is that each directs attention to the individuals forming any group and every to the total group. Now let's see the examples. Every seat was taken. Every seat was taken. Now, every is used to direct our attention towards a group of seats. Five boys were seated on each bench. Each is used to direct our attention towards every all the benches one by one. Each one of these chairs is broken. Again, each this adjective each is used to direct our attention towards the individual chairs. Leap year falls in every fourth year. He came to see us every 3 days. It rained every day during my holidays. I was away 10 days and it rained each day. Here, each is directing our attention towards individual days in a span of 10 days. And now let's look at these adjectives little, a little, and the little. What is the difference between these three adjectives? Can they be used in place of each other? No, they cannot because they mean three different things. Little. Little means hardly any. Little means hardly any. Oh, sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't know what has happened here. Little. Little means hardly any. And this adjective has a negative meaning. So there is little hope of his recovery. I am reading this statement. There is little hope of his recovery. It means that there is no hope of his recovery. He is not likely to recover. He showed little concern for his nephew. It has a negative meaning. He did not show any concern for his nephew. He has little influence with his old followers. He has no influence. He showed little mercy to the vanquished. He did not show any mercy. He has little appreciation of good poetry. He cannot appreciate good poetry. This is what the sentence means. And now, a little. This adjective is different from the little. It means some, though not much. A little has a positive meaning. There is a little hope of his recovery. There is a little hope of his recovery. A little tact would have saved the situation. It is a positive meaning. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. And now the little. The little. It's the third adjective and it means not much, but all there is. The little information he had was not quite reliable. It means that he had a little information. He had some information. He was not totally ignorant. The little knowledge of carpentry that he possessed stood him in good stead. It means that although his knowledge of carpentry was very little, but you cannot say that he was ignorant of the knowledge of carpentry. He had some knowledge of carpentry. And now the exercise in composition 21. Insert a little, the little, whichever is suitable. A little or the little. Dash grain they had was damaged by sea. The little grain they had was damaged by seawater. Dash precaution is necessary in handling that machine. A little precaution is necessary in handling that machine. Dash care would have prevented the catastrophe. A little care would have prevented the catastrophe. Dash influence that he uses to the best advantage. The little influence that he uses to the best advantage. Knowledge of French that he has is likely to be very useful to him on continent. The little knowledge of French that he has is likely to be very useful to him on the continent. And now, few, a few, and the few. These three adjectives are very confusing, like little and a little and the little. So note carefully that few has a negative meaning. It means hardly any. For example, few persons can keep a secret. This sentence, although it is it's a part of a positive sentence, but it communicates in negative meaning that generally nobody can keep a secret. Few people are so hopeless as drunkards. The structure of the sentence is affirmative, but it is a negative sentence. That drunkards, that nobody is as hopeless as drunkards. Few towns in India have public libraries. No town in India has public library. This is what this sentence means. Few works of reference are so valuable as Encyclopedia Britannica. Few men are free from faults. Few men reach the age of 100 years. And few Parsis write Gujarati correctly. Few has a negative meaning. It means no Parsis write Gujarati correctly. And then a few. A few has a positive meaning. And it is the opposite of none. A few words spoken in earnest will convince. A few Parsis write Gujarati correctly. And now the few. Not many, but all thereof. The few remarks that he made were very suggestive. That he made very few remarks. The number of remarks that he made was very little, very small. But whatever remarks he made were all very suggestive. The few friends he has are all very poor. The few clothes they had were all tattered and torn. And now exercise in composition 22. Insert a few or the few, whichever is suitable. Dash public libraries that we have are not well equipped. The few public libraries that we have are not well equipped. Dash days that are left to him he spends in solitude and meditation. The few days that are left to him he spends in solitude and meditation. Number 3. Many Hindus study Sanskrit, but only a few Parsis study Avesta. Number 4. A few days rest is all that is needed. Number 5. Have you got a few potatoes left? Number 6. It is a question of spending a few rupees. Number 7. A few hints on essay writing are quite to the point. Number 8. The few months that he spent in Uti did him a lot of good. Number 9. When I met him a few years after, he looked old and haggard. A few short poems in the volume show signs of genius. Number 10. A few short poems in the volume show signs of genius. Number 11. In a few words, he expressed his gratitude to his friends. Number 12. A few Americans have their offices in Kolkata. Number 13. A few trinkets he has are not worth much. Number 14. No. Number 13. The few trinkets she has are not worth much. Number 14. The few poems that he has written are all of great excellence. The few poems he has written are all of great excellence. So in this video, we have seen that some adjectives which are very confusing and learners often incorrectly use them in place of each other, use them interchangeably. So in this video, in this lecture, we have seen that how these confusing adjectives are to be used. Thank you for watching the video.